Hi everyone, this is Group 2 presentation on the ISM 6155 Enterprise Management Systems. In this presentation, we will discuss the topic that the widespread use of information technology will lead to major gains in labor productivity, and that should ultimately lead to a period of prosperity unrivaled in human history. The member of the Group 2 includes myself, Sachin Tekchandani, and my partner, Shikhar Saxena. For this presentation, we will first start with our agenda that outlines the content of our presentation. Our agenda for the presentation includes what is labor productivity, how it evolved, how IT enabled labor productivity growth, what is the dot-com bubble burst, how does it impacted the market, and how does labor productivity recover from it, and then we will discuss the conclusion. Now, what is labor productivity? Labor productivity is the value of goods and services produced in a period of time divided by the hours of labor used to produce them. In other words, labor productivity measures output delivered every unit of work, generally reported as output of every hour worked or output of every employed individual. Labor productivity is equal to the ratio between a volume measure of output, that is gross domestic product or gross value added, and a measure of input use, which can be termed as the total number of hours worked or total employment. So, the formula which we can say here, the labor productivity is equals to volume measure of output upon measure of labor input used. Now we are going to see how labor productivity evolved. As per Eric, a professor at MIT's Sloan School of Management and director of the MIT Center for Digital Business, said if companies learn to make strategic decisions based on rigorous data-driven experimentation and analytics, not only will they see larger profits, but they could drive the next great boom in productivity, which is in turn the key to national wealth and standard of living. See, considering the stats related to US labor productivity growth, it is clearly visible there was a consistent growth in the labor statistics during the period from 1973 to 2001. The companies were in boom with the dot-com speculative bubble, and then during the burst time there was the decline in the labor productivity growth that can during the years ranging from 2001 to 2006. But later on, the market started expanding and labor productivity again started growing. Another reason for the decline can be attributed to a drop in IT investment from 2001 through 2003. This slide shows the relation between the high IT industries versus the low IT industries. In the graph, we can see the sharp drop during the burst time, and we can also relate that high IT industries were always profitable than low IT industries. Information technology has made its vicinity felt in every field we can think of. It is the art of utilizing computer and corresponding technology with the reason to lessen human efforts in any field. The most recent decade has seen as the ascent of IT venture by various organizations. Now, my friend Shikhar will take over from here.
Thanks, Sachin. Hello, everyone. Talking on the same topic, that how IT enable labor productivity growth. The figure shows the details for the industries with the most rapid changes in the output per hour between 2000 to 2010. The figure also tells us that about the industries with the strongest labor productivity performance. Industries that were major producers, sellers, or users of the IT equipments were among the industries with the fastest productivity growth around 2000 to 2010. Of the 20 industries demonstrated as follows, 15 posted increment in yield over the period, while everything except 2 recorded decrease in hours. Also, for some industries, including wireless telecommunication carriers and computers and peripheral equipment manufacturing, strong productivity growth accompanied rapid output increase over the period. In other industries, such as photo finishing and the videotape and disc rental stores, productivity rose despite reductions in the output because labor hours were reduced even more. The structural changes that affected productivity growth in these industries also seen from the development of IT and the adoption of new technology and products. Now comes what is bubble burst. The bubble burst in an economic terms is a cycle characterized by rapid expansions followed by contractions. It's a theory that which says security prices rise above their true values and will continue to do so until prices go into free fall and the bubble bursts. The dot-com bubble, as per Wiki, was a historic speculative bubble covering roughly the time frame of 1997 to 2000, with the climax on March 10, 2000, with the Nasdaq peaking at 5132 in an intraday trading before closing at 5048. During this time, the stock markets in the industrialized nations saw their equity value rise rapidly from growth in the internet sectors and the related fields. The crisis was marked by the founding of several new internet-based companies, commonly referred to as dot-coms. The later part was the boom and the bust cycle. The collapse of the bubble took place during 1999 and the 2001. There was various companies that failed completely. Pets.com was one of them who failed completely. There were many still, some of the large giants like Cisco, whose stock declined by around 86% but still remained profitable. There were companies like Amazon.com, eBay.com, whose stock went from $107 to $7, but they recovered and decade later exceeded to $400. Following the economic slowdown of 2001, some industries recovered quickly and had reached new heights in employment by 2008. Large industries such as computer system design and semiconductor manufacturing played the important role and remained important in terms of employment and the wages for the Silicon Valley and the nation. The average wages for high-tech industries in the Silicon Valley rose at a faster rate of 36% than those of all Silicon Valley industries that grew by 21.7%, and then those of the United States that grew by 25.5%. But during this time also, the productivity rose to over 3% a year between 2002 and 2008. And this was still higher than the productivity rate between 1994 and 1999, which was around 1%. Despite the net employment loss of 85,000 between 2001 and 2008, Silicon Valley continued as a region of innovation. Now we can conclude by saying that the fact that IT is getting to be universal it implies that they hold significance. Social media is one of the best examples for that. For different organizations, it is becoming a game changer over their competitors. IT offers cost effectiveness in terms of reducing labor and increasing productivity. Numerous manual tasks can be computerized by making utilization of appropriate software. Nowadays, IT is additionally being supplanted by big business advancements, which is another terms of increasing the labor productivity. More organizations are incorporating IT into their business to achieve more success. These are the references that we have used for our presentation. We welcome the open-ended discussions. Thank you.